What if I told you the darkest villain Dexter ever faced never even made it to the TV show? Honestly, it's probably because he's too disturbing for television. I'm talking about Dr. Danko, the main antagonist from the novel Dearly Devoted Dexter. Dexter had some iconic villains during its run, but Danko was disturbing on a whole nother level. Instead of ending his victims' lives, he actually did his best to keep them alive while he removed pieces of them bit by bit. Arms, legs, eyelids, lips, all gone. He even hung mirrors over his victims so they were forced to watch their own dismemberment. But he didn't stop there. He would play a twisted version of Hangman with every wrong guess costing the victim another piece of their body, and at one point he cut out their tongue so they couldn't even answer. And let's not even get started on what he does to Dokes in the books. That is for another video. Throughout the story, Danko stays hidden. We mostly just see the aftermath of what he's done until he finally captures Dexter himself. Deb is the one who ends it, stopping Danko during a rescue mission and saving Dexter's life. Had Danko made it to the show, he would have easily been one of the most horrifying villains Dexter ever faced. In the Dexter TV series, Brian Moser was Dexter's long-lost brother who taunted Dexter, captured Deb, and tempted Dexter to fully embrace his dark passenger and shed Harry's code for good, but was ultimately taken out by Dexter in the finale of Season 1. But in the books, while there are some similarities, there's also some major shocking differences. Nicknamed Biney, Book Brian is a manipulative, unhinged, cold-blooded monster who fully embraces his dark passenger. He has no regard for human life, except for his brother Dexter's. In the books, he's not the ice truck killer. He's called the Tam Miami Slasher. Even his look is majorly changed for the show. In the books, Brian and Dexter look so alike that Deb once mistook Brian's crime scene photo for Dexter himself. Speaking of Deb, in the books, Brian does not take up the alias Rudy Cooper, and there is no dating storyline between the two of them. But with all of the changes I just listed, the craziest differences are at the end of Book 1. Brian still kidnaps Deb and tries to get Dexter to take her out and join him. But in the books, Deb is conscious during all of this. Yes, she finds out Dexter's secret in Book 1. LaGuardia also shows up in the middle of this ordeal, and Brian takes her out with the okay from Dexter and Deb. So LaGuardia is gone in Book 1. And Dexter still ends up saving Deb, but instead of taking Brian out, he lets him live, and Brian plays a part in the future Dexter books, which is absolutely wild. Imagine Brian being alive and a character in Dexter seasons 2 through 8. Brian in the books isn't a one-season villain, he's an ongoing character in the series. He continuously tempts Dexter to abandon the code and becomes the dark big brother that actually stays in Dexter's life. Did you know that Dexter Morgan's dark passenger in the books isn't a metaphor, but an actual supernatural entity? Let me explain. We know that ever since the shipping container, Dexter's always had that voice in his head, that urge that he calls the dark passenger, but in the books, it's way different. And this dark passenger actually leaves him at one point. The voice, the urges, they literally vanish. It starts in Book 3 when Dexter investigates a murder that apparently freaks his dark passenger out so badly it rolls out on him completely. Dexter's left alone, no voice, no dark edge to him. Turns out these murders are part of a cult worshipping Moloch, an ancient god who influences people to do awful acts for him. And the twist here is that Dexter's dark passenger isn't just a metaphor, it's one of Moloch's children. And because he loses the dark passenger, he actually starts feeling his emotions. Sadness, fear, rage, all come pouring back in. Then the cult kidnaps his stepkids, Cody and Aster, who, by the way, also have dark passengers of their own. Crazy. It all ends up in this insane final battle where Moloch is about to sacrifice them all until Cody stabs him in the back and saves the day. Eventually, the dark passenger comes back to Dexter at the end of the book, and he's whole again. Very crazy stuff.